Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to Movies TV Mad Live. Welcome to another exclusively live event here on Movies TV Mad. We're going to wait for people to come in because no one's in the chat right now. Wouldn't it be weird if no one came in at all when I was talking to myself? Although I'm not opposed to talking to myself because no one else agrees with what I say. So if I talk to myself, it's pretty cool. One person's come in. Will they stay? Will they say hello? Smash the like button, please. Check out my poll. Should Matt Reeves be the president of DC Studios? Yes, 60%. No, 40%. Earlier on, no was winning. But common sense has reigned at last. And there are more yeses than no's. So welcome to Movies TV Mad Live. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, of course. So welcome to the show. When a few more people come in, I'll update you on this Wonder Woman free situation. It isn't a big update, just as I feared. John, hello, Mickey. How are you today? Very well, thank you, John. A very good evening to you, and welcome to Movies TV Mad Live. The floor is yours. We'll wait for a few more people to come in, and I'll read the quote from Gal Gadot about Wonder Woman 3. It isn't a great quote. It isn't really much of an update. It's basically what they've been saying for a year and a half now. So it doesn't look good for this film. I'm very good at reading through the Hollywood bullshit. Basically, the big article with Gal Gadot was she was promoting something. She was promoting a food. That was it. And she gave a little update, a bullshit update about Wonder Woman 3 that means absolutely nothing. Just as I suspected. I was hoping for more, but it just proves what I've been saying, that there's an issue going on. Not just with this film, but the entire DCEU. So this is what she had. John, did you hear that Gal Gadot will sing and dance in the Snow White movie? I did. I'm not impressed, John. I'm not impressed. I don't care about her role in Snow White, to be honest with you. Not being rude, of course, if you're excited about that. But I'm not. Gal Gadot is a limited actor. She picks any kind of content. She's a great Wonder Woman, of course. But yeah, it's not something that, gets me excited. So this is what Gal Gadot had to say about Wonder Woman 3. We're actually in the mix of working on the script and getting the third one made. So it's all wheels are working and turning, and I'm super, super excited for the fans to come and watch Wonder Woman 3 once it's made. That's if it ever is made. So that's the update. That's the update on Wonder Woman 3. The same bullshit they've been spilling for about over a year now. Which means there's an issue with this movie. Of course there is. Of course there is. Even when they finish this script, if there is a script that's going to be finished, that is, they would have to get it approved. And I think that's going to be a problem for them. So I kind of think that Wonder Woman 3 will eventually be restructured or just banged away. But that's the big update on Wonder Woman 3. So that's not very exciting, is it? Not very exciting at all. And there's not much going on in the world of entertainment right now. John, the only Snow White movie I enjoyed was the animated one. Yeah, they did a couple of others, didn't they? Shit. This will be shit. Rachel Ziegler is talking all woke already. So she thinks she's really famous now, you see. So she keeps on having her little hot takes. She doesn't realise how irrelevant she is. Sadly. And she's actually making herself very unlikable, old Rachel Ziegler. She just talks a load of BS. Rachel Zegler, sorry. She's supposed to be Latino. So, yes, that's your Wonder Woman free update. I do believe that Matt Reeves would make a great president of DC Studios because he's got the skills. He's not just a director. His communication skills during the marketing of the Batman were absolutely fantastic. We could have been listening to Kevin Feige. That's how good he was. But the animated Snow White was absolutely fantastic. But that article and interview Gal did was just promoting her sponsors. So it was all, at the end of the day, it was all bullshit. I was a bit suspicious. Why would a Forbes article, an interview with Gal Gadot, be able to spill the beans on anything? It's normally a studio thing, so weird, very weird. I think they want to artificially insinuate that this film is proceeding. I don't think this film's proceeding in any way, shape, or form. So the update to me is lame, bullshit. This is Movies TV Mad Live. Please smash the like button. Please check out my poll. Should Matt Reeves be the president of the DC Studios? Yes, 58%, quite right too. No, 42%. John Mick, I watched The Batman for the first time today and really enjoyed it. Yes, I watched it last night, which kept me up all night. And I also watched it this morning. It's a really good film. It's actually a perfect comic book movie. It's one of the best DC movies they've made. It's such a great Batman movie, as I spoke about today on the DCEU Daily, how he starts off wanting to scare the populace, but then he realizes he needs to be a figure of hope. But the whole film is absolutely fantastic and works, and I really hope we can get more. I really do. I'm surprised the sequel hasn't been greenlit yet. I'm a little bit concerned that it hasn't been greenlit yet, I'll be honest. But unfortunately, when you get new leadership, they want audits, they want to check what's going on. They're really looking at DC deeply. So, Reno Jack, how's it going today, sir? That 4K res on the Batman, pretty cool, eh? I didn't see it. Amazon Video hasn't got it to rent on 4K. It's got a really shitty HD copy, and I mean a shitty HD copy. But I watched it and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the rewatch. Obviously, you can see it on HBO Max on 4K and probably iTunes. I don't have access to those things. But I am getting it on 4K Blu-ray. So I shall experience that when it finally arrives. Eventually. It takes forever to get to me, this stuff. Funny watching an old interview with Henry Cavill giving his idea for a Man of Steel 2. It was an old interview, and he seems to know more about Superman than Warner Brothers do. Reno Jack, oh well, glad you still enjoyed it. I'm anxiously awaiting the green light on that sequel. Yes, it's a little bit concerning, considering they've greenlit Aqualad and Wonder Twins, but not a Batman sequel. That's a bit odd. But why should we be surprised with anything this studio do? Nothing they do actually makes any logical sense. Welcome to the chat. If you've just arrived, smash the like button, please. Have your say. Bit of a slow start today. You'll probably all turn up when I'm just about to leave like you normally do. If you're just joining me, there has been a small update on Wonder Woman 3. They're still working on the script like they were a year and a half ago. Reno Jack, last thing they need is Reeve fans on them. If they don't get a sequel, they already have the Snyder fans on them. As I say, they're a very strange company, Reno Jack. John, so when do you think we will see Wonder Woman 3? I would say to you, if we see Wonder Woman 3 as it is now, because my friend, they've been writing this script for over a year now. Something a bit dodgy is going on here. I don't think Zaslav is going to allow her to direct the movie. I really don't. All he has to do is see Wonder Woman 84 and say no. So I don't know when we'll see it, if we see it. That's the thing. There's a lot of things going on now because there's new leadership. Nothing is certain. Even the things you're hearing are greenlit are uncertain. And any trailers they release at WonderCon on Saturday, it's irrelevant. They already had a year, 2022, We Need Heroes trailer. And they didn't release the movies. So you can't fucking trust them. Trill J, glad to see you're all enjoying the Batman. It is awesome. Reno Jack, have you ever seen Cosmopolis from the Pattinson from with Pattinson from 2012? Probably going to check it out later today. Looks interesting. No, I've never seen it. No, unfortunately. Yes, Robert Pattinson has done a lot of work, of course, prior to the Batman. But no green light for the Batman yet. As I say, that's odd. The Wonder Woman 3 situation is odd. John, is Patty still doing that Star Wars movie? She was removed as director, so I don't know what's going on. I think she's relisted as director now. It's a bit odd. Clearly, no one trusts this woman since Wonder Woman 84. So there's lots of uncertainties around her. They should actually have the guts, WB, to say they don't want her to do this movie. I don't want her doing this movie. I would celebrate loudly if she doesn't do the movie because I'm a Wonder Woman fan, I'm a DC fan, and I don't want her to. Trudeau, so Mick, I voted yes, but I don't think he should be in the DCU leader role. I think him together, James Gunn, and Andy should all work. The DCU together, multiple minds can sometimes correct one. If you're talking about Andy Muschietti, no. James Gunn, no. He's already said he wouldn't do a role like that, and I wouldn't trust him to do a role like that anyway. Matt Reeves has the ability. We saw how he marketed the Batman, the way he talks, his communication skills. He understands DC. He understands Batman especially. He would do a super job. I'm not saying he would want to do it, but I'd certainly say yes if that was an option. Reno Jack, not against putting Reeves in charge, but I'm still with you on Bruce Timm. Yeah, Bruce Timm would be perfect because he's a producer. He understands DC in its entirety. So that would be my number one choice. Matt would probably be my second choice. John, what do you think Matt Reeves' Wonder Woman movie would look like? Comic book accurate. Trill J, so who is this you all don't want to direct Wonder Woman? The woman who directed the first one, Patty Jenkins? I'm assuming you've heard of Patty Jenkins, Trill J. Smash the like button, check out the poll. Should Matt Reeves be the president of DC Studios? Bit of a slow start tonight. At the end of the day, she's not a very good director. She made a crappy Wonder Woman 84. And she shouldn't be doing Wonder Woman 3. And any studio in their right mind wouldn't allow her to make Wonder Woman 3. But I forget, this is Warner Brothers Trilogy. So here's that thing she should do. She can finish her arc. You know, Snyder didn't get that. And I feel like that would create another fandom bashing WB. So say let her finish and get rid of her. Well, it's not really her arc. The first movie is Zack Snyder's and Alan Heinberg's arc. The second movie is terrible. So I say get rid of her so she can't do any more damage. And no fandom is going to be that upset if she doesn't make the third one. I can assure you of that. We'll all be flipping while celebrating as Wonder Woman fans. She hasn't even got an arc. Get rid of her. Get rid. That's my opinion. Get rid of her. She's useless. It does make me laugh when Gal starts bragging about Wonder Woman 84 and takes pictures and hashtags Wonder Woman 84. She's either on a fucking wind-up, but she doesn't realise people hate that movie. Try celebrating the first movie, Gal, the one that was actually good and led by people who actually knew what they were doing. Sure, Jay, yeah, but think about that Snyder situation, though also David Ayer. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. No one's going to be clamoring. She hasn't made a film that people are looking to release. No, she should go. Reno Jack, I won't worry about Batman sequel as long as those HBO Max series come out. Wouldn't make sense to put those out without plans to continue the arc. Well, I hope so. But it would be nice if they greenlit it because it's a bit weird. It's a bit of a weird situation. But there's many weird situations when it comes to Warner Brothers Pictures and DC. So we shouldn't be surprised any longer. They've literally got DC fans in limbo. That's what they do. That's what they do. How can you greenlight Aqualad and Wonder Twins and not a Batman sequel? It doesn't. Listen, I don't care how people explain it. It doesn't make sense. Just like the Flash movie delay, it doesn't make sense. Georgia, yeah, you definitely have to greenlight the Batman. You have to, of course, yeah. They're not doing it. They're weirdos. I mean, Matt Reeves seems perfectly happy at the moment. He's been posting on Twitter, so there doesn't seem to be an issue, but I don't think he's the verbal sort anyway to come out start complaining. Did they want $1 billion? I don't know. I can't imagine so. Or they probably did want $1 billion. Who wouldn't want $1 billion? Reno Jack, they put the fans in purgatory. Not a great way to start the new leadership. Well, it's not the new leadership's fault, my friend, because they've got in there. They've got a mess on their hands. They can't tell us anything anyway because they're trying to sort out a mess. Children, I love how vocal Matt Reeves is. Very vocal. He literally breaks character. Yeah, when I say he's not vocal, he doesn't come out complaining. He talks about what he loves. He talks about his projects, but he wouldn't complain about the studio. That's what I mean. It's a very slow chat tonight. I'm not used to this. Smash the like button. Check out my poll. Support the channel in your own way. Ask me some questions. Post your opinions. Trill J, yeah, if I was him, though, I'd probably go to them and say green light or no, so I can go. If not, because they need him, not the other way. Well, obviously, he probably knows what's going on. Trill J, man, the Jody's corner bash of the Batman, like, bruh. Oh dear, what does he know? He's just a triggerer. Alex, when you adjust Superman 1978 box office to inflation, you get 1.3 billion. That doesn't surprise me, Alex. It was a very successful movie for the time. So that means with inflation, that's one of the most successful ones, and probably just behind it, Batman 89, then the Joker movie, then probably the Batman. Harris Selig, I just rewatched Batman. It's so peak. Probably my fave CBM film. Yes, I watched it last night, my friend. I watched it this morning. I love it. I keep on boring on about it. I love the narration from the beginning and the end and how different the tone is. So he wants to scare people at the start of the film. He's the shadows, right? The bat signals to warn people, but at the end of the movie, he wants to be hope. And I said it on today's DCU Daily. That's actually how Man of Steel should have ended. But it's yes, Harris, you're absolutely right. The Batman is peak. Matt Reeves knows exactly what he's doing. I will take no Matt Reeves slander on my channel. I will take no the Batman slander on my channel. As I keep on saying to people on Twitter who say, what do you prefer, BVS or the Batman? Effing both. Super, I feel like we are going to get another Henry Cavill Superman movie. It has to happen. Well, we need a Superman movie, one way or the other. Harris Selick, the two different arcs Bruce goes through are just done so great. They really, really are, and they work. Trill J. Harris, that 4K quality is so beautiful. I love how they elevate the comic book movie because this is what a comic book film is supposed to look like. I just think it's an amazing story. I just think the story's great. We've got a great Batman in it. And what I like about it, it's equally about Catwoman's arc as well. Selina's arc, which is really good. I said that when I was saying to people about the test screening. I was saying it's a bit of a love story. I said it reminded me of Superman and Lois in Superman the movie. Not exactly the same thing, but the way they both get equal screen time. Scott Edwards, what's up, Mick? Good evening to you, Scott. Smash the like button if you haven't already. Smash that like button, Scott. Harris Selick. Meanwhile, the MCU movies look like SNL. Oh, my God. And you know what? The CGI is getting worse and worse. I was watching Spider-Man No Way Home, and even the background looks so bad. The green screens actually look bad. Ronnie Dodge, hey, man, that article wasn't worth the wait. It's stuff we already knew, but I'm glad they're taking their time on the script. Ronnie, I smell a rat, mate. That article was just to sell her effing sponsor. That's outrageous. They're just saying the same thing they've been saying for the past year. There's something going on there. Trill J, I'm so joyful right now. He'll give me the Snyder Jail Nightmare on HBO Max. That's super. If Henry doesn't come back for Superman, who would you want to play Superman? I think the lad who's playing Elvis is very, very good. Reno Jack, I enjoy Catwoman as the love interest rather than just shoehorning in a false love interest. Yeah, but she's more than a love interest as well, to be fair to her. That's important to say. Scott Edwards, I think Doctor Strange will be good. I hope so. Android 118 XX. All the beginning loved the shot of the Batman boots as he was coming out the shadow with rain pouring. Yes, there's a lot of rain pouring in that movie, isn't there? Scott Edwards, will there still be a DCEU? We don't know at this point, my friend. We do not know what the plans are. Ronnie Dodge, who do you want to be the 14th Doctor? Will there be a 14th Doctor, Ronnie? Will they use existing Doctors? Is there a multiverse kind of thing coming, which they have hinted towards? I don't think we're going to see the next Doctor in Jodie's final episode. I think Russell is up to something very random here. Who would I like? I think Tom Ellis would make a fantastic Doctor. Scott Edwards, is Black Adam still connected to the DCEU? As of right now. Trill J, I love how Selena keeps putting moves on him. She was really a ride or die towards the end. Android 180XX, rumour of Grant Austin being the next Doctor. Never heard of him. I thought you were going to say Grant Gustin for a minute there. Do you know Android 180XX? Do you realise how many rumours there is about actors being the next Doctor? Ronnie Dodge, no, John. Oh, yeah, sorry, John. Will we find out who's in charge of the DC studios on May the 18th? Probably not, because they don't make announcements like that. It's an upfront. They're going to be announcing their content. Trill J, I love how Selena keeps putting... Oh, no, we read that. Scott Edwards, the final fight in the stadium rafters is amazing. It certainly is. I like the way Pattinson makes the cowl work for him. And the eye movements are brilliant. I think Alfred was used perfectly as well. I still think he could have been the one who killed the Waynes, though. Ronnie Dodge, Callum Turner, who's in plays new brother in Fantastic Beasts, could be a good Doctor. I don't know. Oh, I know who you mean, yeah. He wouldn't be bad. The truth of the matter is, it could be absolutely anyone or no one. They actually could choose an existing Doctor. Trill J, Scott Edwards, it was, but I think they should have let it look how it looked. In the main trailer, the CGI they put in kind of irritates me because it film looks so good for them to change scenes. Android 118XX, sorry, I meant Hugh Grant. Right. They were rumours. He denied it, but he could be lying. Scott Edwards, that guy would have killed Selena if Bruce hadn't taken the adrenaline. Oh, yeah. Reno Jack, my thoughts exactly. Pattinson's eye movements on his face shots are amazing, conveying emotion without having to speak. I think they really, really must have had to really focus on that. And they probably did a lot of takes on that as well. Let's get closer to my subscribers. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant film. Ronnie Dodge, Robert is the best acting Batman. He's very good. He's very good. It's not just his acting. It's Matt's take. It's so good. John, what did you think of Riddler's costume in the Batman? I mean, he didn't make a great impression on me. He's clearly not supposed to make an impression on you. I think they'll upgrade it in the sequel and the spin-offs. Trill J, Ronnie Dodge, definitely. But Robert is amazing. Robert's a great Batman. And that costume and that cowl are off the scale. And he makes the other Batmans look a bit lame. Scott Edwards, so we're getting the murder up front on May 18th, then the CW up front on May the 19th. Yes, I think so. Android 118XX. I've noticed Pattinson's eye movements while showing emotion since his Twilight movies. He's a very good actor. Even if you don't like the Twilight movies, he did a really good job in those movies. They're not my cup of tea either, but he earned his call in those movies. Without those movies, he wouldn't be here now. Without them, there'd be no Potter. Ronnie Dodge, no Cristiano at Liverpool game today. It's understandable, family before anything. Yeah, I mean, before they announced it, Ronnie, it was pretty obvious he'd look pretty callous if he played a game of football when he lost a child. So it was never going to happen. We were never going to win that game. We're going to be destroyed. We need to get this season out of the way and start again. Trill J, John, it was very good, although for Riddler's scenes, they could have went more Nolan and 7 and put no CGI in the scenes. it would have been so much scarier and brutal. I didn't even notice any CGI. The music, though. Let's talk about the music of the Batman. So operatic, so amazing, really good. Scott Edwards, you still think Melissa will appear in Superman and Lois season finale? I hope so. John, Robert Pattinson Batman costume reminds me of the Arkham video games. Yeah, that's the look he was going for. Ronnie Dodge, Batmobile chase is just incredible. Like the music. Yeah, brilliant. And I can't believe we've actually got an amazing Selena Kyle. She's so good. We've got a great Jim Gordon. We've got a great Alfred. Reno Jack, the collar on the cowl is what does it for me. Makes it look so cool. I just like the design of the cowl and the way it makes him look. It does actually disguise his face. John Harris, I heard there will be trailers for Black Adam and The Flash next week. Rumours, my friend, just rumours this Saturday for a convention. I don't think there'll be a Flash one, though. Maybe Black Adam, but who knows? If there's neither, there definitely is a problem. Scott Edwards, so is Riddler not fully Riddler yet? Well, they call him Riddler, but he's not wearing the iconic costume. He probably never will. Ronnie Dodge, that arena scene is so good when his theme kicks in and he's kicking butt. Yeah, it's a bit like the John Williams Superman theme in Superman the movie, how often it plays. Reno Jack, the music in reminiscent. What is that? So reminiscent. Oh, sorry. The music is reminiscent of Halloween 78 in Parks. They make Batman out to be a horror character from the perspective of the criminals. They do. That is the idea in the first half of the movie, for sure. Especially when Penguin crashes. Trilja, you can definitely see he's more confident when the suit is on it. Basically, transcends him. The armor compelled him. That's why I believe he tanks all those bullets, because it's transcending his mind. Android 118 XX. I hope the Batman sequel was more action-packed, action-based. The Batman movie was more like investigation. So hopefully sequel will be heavy action because at that point, he has the experience and upgrades. Bad Super, it's Riddler in the early days, and I think his outfit will change, but I think it will be another scary-looking suit instead of his traditional. Ronnie Dodge, I love the opening monologue from Bruce in the opening I love the line, turn me into an eternal animal. I like the opening narration, and I like the final narration even more. It shows his evolution. Reno Jack, the way the music drops out right before he says, I'm vengeance. Chef's kiss, yeah. It's very, very cool. And he's got the best Batman voices of all time. Ben Pottimeyer, great soundtrack for sure. I love Hans Zimmer and Hulkenberg in MOS, BBS, and JL is on the whole other level of music composition. Trill J, Android, Selena said it will be bloody so. I think that was Matt Reeves teasing that you can't just do a Batman movie. What all action. That's why this film is better than Dark Knight. Yes, it has a substantial story. I didn't miss the lack of action. It actually told a story. That's the whole point. So, yeah, not a problem to me. Smash the like button, please. There's 13 of you in the chat. Come on. Check out my poll. 19 votes. Should Matt Reeves be the president of DC Studios? Yes, 53%. No, 47%. Trojan, now in my opinion, Batman Begins is the only one that can really compete with this movie. Also, Batman Returns because of Burton's Gotham. I couldn't agree more, Trill J. They're two of my favourites as well. Yes, Burton's Gotham is amazing. John Harris, have you seen Fantastic Beasts yet? I'm going to see it later today. Yes, I have seen it. I liked it. I thought it was a very solid film. I mean, you're never going to beat the Harry Potter movies, but it's good. Ronnie George, I love Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL scores, but Michael Scory's Batman to me is pretty good, yes. Michael Giacchino, of course, is a very, very, very good composer. He's been around since the days of Alias and Lost and Fringe. John, I can see Mr. Freeze being the villain in the Batman sequel with the city being flooded. Maybe, that's a good point. Bat Super, have you seen Scream 5? Nope, because I heard it was all SJW mocking fans, and I'm not interested. Scott Edwards, it's rumoured the Arrowverse is going to do a Final Crisis type event. I don't think so. No. The only people doing Final Crisis would be the DCEU. That was the original plan anyway. Who knows anymore? So if the DCEU ain't doing it, probably the Arrowverse would do it. Triljo, don't get me wrong. I feel like Batgirl is going to be similar Burton's Gotham, but grounded like the Batman. I can see it now. Firefly won't fly, but his costume will look like a fly with flamethrowers. I think that's pretty much what it is. So, hopefully we get to see it. Ronnie Dodge, I mean, it's the first time we have seen Batman what he's known for being a detective. Others haven't done it. Android 118 XX Triljo, yeah. I mean, that for the trilogy, I want each movie different than the previous. The first Batman, the storytelling type. The second, the action type, etc. Ben Pottimeyer, yeah, I love Batfleck theme in BBS Dark Heavy with that familiar strings and brass sound. But Pattinson is very cool and different. Scott Edwards, I think we will get a crossover announcement either May 18th or May 19th. We'll have to wait and see. I hope for your sake, because you love the crossovers. It's always good to have happy fans, happy consumers, happy customers. That's the way it should be, boys and girls, or however you identify as. Let's not offend anyone. Bat Super Scream 5 was not a good movie, not surprised. I was disappointed because the story wasn't engaging and it lacked the same feel of the original films. You know why? Because Wes Craven didn't do it. Triljo, Android, long as we get a quarter of hours, I'm not tripping at all. Scott Edwards, do you think it will all be one show again like Armageddon? They may cheat again, yeah. I'm not sure they're confident about doing real crossovers during the pandemic, even now. Ben Pottimeyer, BVS has detective scenes in it as well, lots. Yeah, I don't think it had the detective vibes, though, of the Batman. I think you have to admit that, Ben Pottimeyer. It had elements of detective work, but nothing like the Batman. I mean, he's turning up at crime scenes with Jim Gordon. Hisham Kishi, good evening, Hisham. Thoughts on your home viewing for the Batman as opposed to the theatre? Well, it's the same film. I've got a very good piece of kit here. It felt the same. I enjoyed it just as much, maybe more. It's good to be in the privacy of my own home. So I really enjoyed it. And I learned more things about the movie. And it's a brilliant film. I love the evolution of the character, starting off believing in vengeance and then finishing off believing in hope. That's something that should have been in Superman's Man of Steel movie. Reno Jack, the original Scream will never be topped. No, it won't be. Revitalised the horror genre at a time in the 90s when it was essentially dead. Well, Wes Craven's a genius. His Nightmare on Elm Street film was also awesome. Android 118 XX. Why do you think they are struggling with Wonder Woman 3? Because I don't think the studio really want Patty Jenkins to do it. I think that's the problem. Bat Super, the cast was ethnically diverse ethnically diverse and in other ways, but it didn't add or remove anything from the film. In my opinion, I agree. The story was crap, and the kills and the settings was crap. What? No, I couldn't agree less. I couldn't agree less with you, Bat. Triljo, Android, they don't have a clear vision without Snyder's world story. Well, he did have a clear vision, but I've told you my opinion on it. It shouldn't be part of the mainstream universe. Scott Edwards, can you go through your crossover DVDs and rate each one out of 10? Haven't I already done that? Ronnie Dodge, yeah, he did, but it didn't have the Noir vibe to BVS. Bat Super, I'm talking about Scream 5. Oh, sorry, because I'm talking about the Batman. I got confused. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, Ben Pottyman, I found the detective scenes to be kind of boring. Jim and Robert, soft-spoken for monotone voices, almost made me fall asleep my second watch at theatres, but everything else very well done. I love the whole movie. I love the detective vibe. I love the dynamic between Jim and Bruce, Batman, should I say. I think it all worked for me personally fantastically well. But some people, like the robust action all the time. I suppose if you're more of a Snyder fan, you're used to that as well. Scott Edwards' favourite part of Armageddon, when everyone thought Barry was going mad. Trill J, I think you might just want the action Batfleck then Ben. Hishan Kishi, the detective scenes are supposed to be slow. I mean, it's detective work we're talking about. Let me explain something to you. Something else I said on the DCEU Daily today. I said one of the biggest success stories of the film is that it's a psychological thriller, detective story, and that's not that's not an easy thing to pull off. And Reeves pulled it off. I was invested for the whole movie. Ronnie Dodge, I love the Batman, but I'm glad it's not all action for the sake of it. No, that's not what Matt wanted. Bat Super, Halloween Kills also suffered from a bad story, and it had overstuffed cast. The slasher genre was so much better back in the day. Well, it's like the actor Michael Rosenbaum always says to me, how crap horror movies are these days, because Michael loves horror movies. And horror movies are crap today. They can't do good horror movies because they don't want to offend anyone. Reno Jack, I enjoy the detective scenes because it continues to gradually establish that the Riddler is one step ahead at all times, yeah. Ronnie Dodge, Matt is a genius. Making a thriller with Batman is not easy, and he pulled it off. Yes, a very brilliant, intense film, great character notes, character development. It really worked for me. Trill J, Ronnie, right. We don't want another Christian Bale. The Batman Jody's Corner keeps trying to put up against Rob when it comes to fighting. Yeah, ignore him. John Harris, the Batman was pretty good, but it wasn't near any of the films it was being compared to, like Seven or Heat. Yeah, obviously, John, you can't compare it to those films. It's not fair. I mean, modern day movies can't compare to those icons, can they? I agree with you there. John, are you a fan of the Despicable Me movies? I really enjoyed the first one. I like all of them, but the first one's amazing. Being an uncle and having a good relationship with my nieces and nephews, it really tugged at my heartstrings. Bat Super, I'm offended by the fact that they don't want to offend anyone. Exactly. Scott Edwards, will we see the Joker again? I'm sure we will. Hunter Icky, Movies TV Man, what happened to Wonder Woman 3? Nothing, basically. Basically, they gave it the same update they've been giving for over a year, that they're still working on the script and they're excited for us to see the movie. So there's clearly a problem. Android 118 XX, small issue I have with Rob's Batman is that his speaking isn't clear. I don't agree there, but that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. Batman, it's a clear, well-spoken and articulate person. So I scratch my head as why he speaks like that. Same with Batfleck. Now, I like the Pattinson voice. Trill J. Scott, I think Joker should stay in Arkham the entire trilogy, then do a trilogy with him versus Batman. Hishan Kishi, to me, the third act of the film really stood out. The second time watching it, the scenes where Batman fights Riddler's goons on the rafters was jaw-dropping. Yes, I can't believe critics didn't like the third act. Trust them. Ronnie Dodge, I wish they kept the Joker scene in the movie, but it would have ruined the Riddler's arc. No, I don't think it would have ruined the Riddler's arc, in my opinion. And I don't understand why they took it out. I think it was perfect. I mean, it's only a discussion about how they, it's quid pro quo. That's all it is. I hope they put it back in for the Blu-ray. I'm crossing my fingers. think Matt's a lovely man, and I wish him all the best. Very supportive to Zack Snyder as well. Reno Jack, Joker's role as the consultant to Batman in that deleted scene is essentially what Calendar Man is. What Calendar Man is in the Long Halloween novel. That's correct. Trill J, they took it out because it would have made Batman look weak going to Joker for help. I don't think it makes anyone look weak. We all need help. Am I weak because I need help sometimes, right? Batman's an ordinary human being with gadgets and a suit, but he needs help sometimes. So I don't think it might, in that case, why put it in the first place? Why do it? Android 118 XX, I think people had problems with third act because it felt detached from the first and second act. I couldn't agree less. The only reason they didn't like the third act, because it wasn't a high-octane action third act, and it was actually pushing forward the story. It didn't feel detached to me. But he couldn't be doing detective work in the third act if that's what they wanted. Ronnie Dodge, I do love Barry's Joker. Sorry, but I do. That 5-minute scene made a great Joker. It certainly did. Very interesting. And I think it's ironic. He talks to Batman about the Riddler, then he's manipulating the Riddler at the end of the movie. And I think that's fantastic. Smash the like button, everyone. You're very tight with your likes tonight. Come on. I want 20 likes before I go. Come on. Bat Super Joker should be in the background until Batman 3. Should build up to a crazy Batman versus Joker story. That would be awesome. Children, I love Barry's Joker. I just think the face scars hurt Harley Quinn, who would also have to come into play at one point. Let's be honest, even insane women have standards. No, Hisham, I couldn't disagree less. Again, she's a nut job. She loves him because he's a nut job. It was never about his looks, was it now? So it doesn't, for me, it doesn't hurt that situation. Obviously, talk to your opinion. Respect. Hisham Kishan, the critics didn't like the third act because they've grown accustomed to movies ending after the villain gets caught. The only reason why the movie keeps going is because Riddler's plan wasn't finished, which is good actually, because it doesn't feel underwhelming. Plus, they deal with Selena, Falcone, then they go back to the Riddler. I think that's fucking amazing. Reno Jack, I think they took the scene out because it's the first act and Joker essentially predicts Riddler's whole plan and motive. Again, why do it in the first place then? You know, unless it was a marketing ploy in the first place. You know, it's all very well. Yeah, I understand what you lot are saying, but then why do it? It's there. It's been edited. It's not a rough cut. That's a properly shot bit and edited and everything. Trill J, Hisham, yeah, that's why I have to give Grace credit for understanding what it means. She had a watch along yesterday, so good. Well, Grace, I'll give Grace Randolph credit. She is a big Batman fan and she has a lot of Batman knowledge, so I respect her on Batman for sure. Ronnie Dodge, Joker and the Riddler will be the dynamic duo, but in the end, Joker will use Edward for his own game, yeah. And we still don't really know who killed the Waynes. Falcone blamed the other bloke, and then Alfred kind of thinks it's Falcone, but nobody's sure. I don't think it's Falcone or the other guy. I think someone totally different killed the Waynes. Reno Jack, I think the original intent of the scene was simple, world building, and they maybe made the realization to take it out after seeing it as part of the whole story. Yeah, I actually don't, personally, myself, don't see a good reason to take it out. I don't, I'm sorry. That scene for me does not spoil anything. Not for me personally. 20 votes on my poll. Should Matt Reeves be the president of DC Studios? Yes, 55%. No, 45%. Who knows? Matt Reeves could be watching this. Henrik, late to the party, but I made it. As long as you make it, that's the main thing, Henrik. Good evening to you. We are talking the Batman. You can talk about anything in entertainment. Anything else will be ignored. Hisham Kishel. Exactly. I mean, the real Zodiac killer had detectives following the false leads along after he was caught. Trilogy, I think, just want to see Batman working by himself in the next film. I want to see his skills, also hearing his boots and him snatching people up in the shadows. I think that Catwoman is part of his arc. I don't think he'll be totally on his own. Trilogy, I think, oh no, I think I already read that. This is Movies TV Mad, everyone. Smash the like button. Check out my poll. The floor is yours to talk about entertainment. Trilogy, I also think Matt Reeves should add a scene with Bruce partying in a club to music, something like Mr. Kitty After Dark. Ronnie Dodge, we're going to get smashed by Liverpool tonight. And then Ten Hag announcement in the morning, I can read United like a broken record lock. Yeah, do you know what, Ronnie? I'm fine with us losing tonight. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to get top four anyway. Ronnie Dodge, lol. Henrik, I want Batman to be a little more the comics, like they up the spectacular a bit. He may not be a superhero, but in the comics animated, he's peak human. Android 118 XX, what do you think of Falcone's death? Do you think they should have kept him alive for future movies, plots? They've probably got other plans. They've obviously decided, because was it the Penguin who killed him or was it another gunshot? Maybe that's part of the conspiracy that someone else killed him, not the Penguin. I'm not sure, but I don't think the Penguin shot him. So I like Falcone, obviously, but clearly they wanted to move away and do something else. John, the Batman should get an award for best makeup for... Where are we? John, the Batman should get an award for best makeup for the Penguin. I can't believe that is Colin Farrell, no can I. It looks more like Robert De Niro. Android 118 XX, Riddler killed him. Oh, yes, sorry, he did, didn't he? Ronnie Dodge, I love that Falcone is Selina's dad. Yes, and I think that's going to pay, that's part of her arc. Maybe she'll be tempted to be a gangster as well. And maybe that's how her and Bruce have issues with each other. I think that's why it's been done, although I think it's part of one comic, I think. Reno Jack, Riddler assassinated him with a sniper from his apartment window. Yeah, I remember now. Sorry, guys. Me bad. Ronnie Dodge. Riddler shot him with a sniper. Trilogy, Henry, yeah. But he was never really peak human until different comic writers took over. That was never really Batman. He was always a mental lean playboy who fights crime. I didn't miss the playboy element, to be honest with you. I really didn't. I don't even think it fits the kind of Batman. I mean, they may do it, but... He's saying, Kissy, did you notice Riddler standing at his apartment window in the beginning of the film after Selina leaves the nightclub? I did. Ronnie Dodge, I do wish they went with Bruce and Selina was childhood friends. Yeah, they did that in the Gotham TV show. Android 180 XX, I am the shadows, yeah. But at the end of the movie, he's hope. That's the evolution. That's the evolution that I love. Smash that like button. Henrik Trilogy, didn't know that, but next movie I want him more gadgets, harder foes, and a bit more comic booky. Well, actually, that was Batman comic booky. He was very faithful to multiple versions of the source material. So I think you're thinking about other Batman films with a lot more action in maybe, Henrik. Ray Dodge, I love at the end, he calms that girl who's being carried away. You can see him change, yeah. That's how Henry Cavill's Superman should have ended his arc at the end of Man of Steel, not snapping somebody's neck. Trilogy, I didn't miss the Playboy element either. It irritates me. Bruce always was a more drifter who gives off gothic vibes, but isn't gothic just brooding? Exactly, yeah. He's brooding because he's still affected about what he saw as a kid. Anyone would be, right? Trilogy, Henry, did you see all the gadgets and tech? Also the tanking bullets. Reno Jack, when Rob says he's in his journal entry that he has to push himself, that part that hits me in the feels every time. Ronnie Dodge, 100% Mick. That's how Man of Steel should have ended, yeah. No idea. Just taking liberties with an iconic character. John, why did they change the Catwoman actress in the Gotham TV series? Disgusting. Great girl, great girl. And they replaced her to give an older version in the finale because they time jumped. And I said to her, they shouldn't have done that. And she's under contract. She was defending them. But I was actually very annoyed about that. Hishan Kishi, what did you think of Riddler's intense countdown, Mick? 5, 4, 3, 2, die. Oh, yeah, that was great. I love that. Android 180 XX. I hope they keep Bruce emo personality in his personal life and have his Bruce Wayne persona in his public life. I think he will be slightly more kind of like that a bit more because he's starting to heal himself, but I still think he'll be similar. Henry, yep, I just want more of it, DD, but I did like the grounded take on the movie trilogy. John, to portray her as an older woman. Yeah, I didn't agree with it, though. That's super. I don't think they will do a Playboy Bruce Wayne. I think he will be more of a rich guy helping the city by funding various programs and making public appearances for those types of causes. Ben Pottimeyer snapping neck. He killed the last of his kind to save Earth. It goes over people's heads. It means more than that. I know what it means, my friend, but it's not Superman, I'm afraid. It's not Superman. That's Jack Bauer. That's Jason Bourne. I know what you mean. I like the film, but look where we are now. Trilogy, Bat Super. Yeah, that's exactly who Bruce is. Ronnie Dodge, I realised the commissioner was played by the actor who was Trevor in EastEnders. That's right. I was thinking about that today, but I already knew that. Yeah, great. Bat Super Trilogy, yes, but without the Playboy antics. Hey, Ronnie, here's my impression. Ma, get on your knees and eat your dinner, Ma. And now I've done my throat in. Bat Super Trilogy, yes, but without the Playboy antics. Android 118 XX. The moment I knew the unique relationship between Bruce and Alfred is when Alfred told Bruce to have a shower. No. I mean, that's great. But when he holds his hand and he tells him he couldn't bear losing anyone else. Great moment. Trilogy, Zod was probably too early for villain for Superman in the real world. You would have to kill him, but DC fans aren't as accepting as MCU fans. This is why it hasn't succeeded with the DCEU. You can't mess with Superman, Trilogy. Superman's not Jack Bauer. He's not Jason Bourne. He ain't Freddy Krueger. You know, at the end of the day, you can have Zod in. You don't have to kill Zod. Keep him alive for another day. Reno Jack, there is a lot of potential to explore Bruce as a philanthropist rather than a playboy, especially if they continue the Bella Real story. Ben Pottimeyer, doesn't your favourite Superman, Chris Reeves, snap Zod's neck? No, Ben, I'm sorry, he doesn't. Now, I don't know if you've been taking something, but you know that's not true. He doesn't snap his neck. You mean when he puts his arm around him and tries to strangle him, yeah? But stops. He doesn't actually kill him, does he? Sorry, Ben, your propaganda's not going to work. That's why it didn't work. That's why the studio reacted so stupidly. This is classic Snyder Stan propaganda, isn't it? Ronnie Dodge, I'm dreading how bad Zod will snap Supergirl's neck in the Flash. The SJWs will cry lol. Bat Super, Reno Jack, that would be perfect. Hishan Kishi, low, everyone thinks the guy who played the DA with the broken nose is the lead actor in The Northman. The actor looks identical to him. Trill J, Ben fall back. And I love the way Snyder Stans hate Christopher Reeve. They literally hate Christopher Reeve. Some of them have been attacking the Batman movie as well because they're triggered because it's successful. It's ridiculous. Love what you love. I love the Snyderverse. I love the Batman and I love Christopher Reeve. Hashling, me, haven't seen you for a while. Yo, Mike. Bat Super, I want to see Superman fight Parasite. I really like Parasite and Superman, the animated series. It was cool. Ben Pottimeyer, no, Mick, I really did think he did snap neck in older movie. My bad, Mick, not trying to start anything. Fair enough. Ronnie George, oh boy, Ben, look, we get anything that isn't Zach is trash, but some fans love everything. Be respectful, please. Trill J, Hishan Kissy, that wasn't the DA with the broken nose, that was Kenzie, a narcotics officer. Android 118 XX. Sam Raimi brought a lot of hopeful moments in his Spider-Man trilogy and made us love Spider-Man and Toby. He's the perfect man to direct the Superman movie. I couldn't agree more. I would be very happy about that. Mr. Zaslav, get on it. That's if they also hate Michael Keaton. I get disappointed in some of my fellow Snyder fans. They hate things, so they take things so far. Yeah, you know, when you're dissing iconic versions or iconic characters, then you're going to get hate back. I'm sorry. And then they play the victim. Trill J, let's not get in on the Snyder topic. I'm past that. There's no getting past that, but I know what you mean. Ronnie Dodge, I'm going to get hate for this. If Patty has the right writers and people around her, I think she could do a Superman movie. I'm not going to hate you, Ronnie, but no. The woman's useless. The woman's useless. She can barely direct action. How is she even going to make Superman fly? She can barely do VFX, Ronnie. I'm sorry, mate. No. You know what you're suffering with, Ronnie? No disrespect. Blind faith. Trill J, man, it's got good time to be a DC fan. Ben Pottimeyer, I love other movies than Zach's movies. Stop assuming I give my opinion and people get butthurt just trying to chat. Reno Jack, Snyder should do a Dark Knight's Metal or a Batman Who Laughs universe. His cinematography and music is more fit for that type of world than that hill I die on as far as Snyder. Trill J, I need them to make a Superman film, so do I. Hishan Kishi, how dirty did 44 Below look? The club within the club. The guys there were staring at Selena like a piece of me. Yes, I definitely wasn't doing that. Disinferno, I wish Metroid game franchise someday get a movie adaptation. Good evening to you, Disinferno. Ronnie Dodge, fair enough, Mick, if that's what you think of me. I know, I don't think anything bad of you. I just think maybe you don't see what I see with Patty. Android 118 XX, I'm not a Snyder fan or a Hamada fan or a Reese fan. I'm a DC fan. Want what's best. Trill J. Hisham, those drop heads are silly. I'd just be sleeping with all the fine women, the 44 Below. Scott Edwards, do you like Killer Frost on The Flash? Yeah, I think she's pretty cool. Although I don't like the idea of them splitting up, Caitlin and Killer Frost splitting up. I think that's freaking dumb. Sir Alex Ferguson has just arrived at Anfield. Hayden Christensen has binged the whole of Clone Wars to get himself ready for Obi-Wan. This is what Hayden said. Hang on a minute, let's get back. This is what Hayden said. It was interesting. They did a lot with these characters on those shows. He's talking about Star Wars Rebels, not Star Wars Rebels, but Clone Wars. But I think he's checked the other animated stuff out as well. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, listen to this. Obi-Wan Kenobi star Hayden Christensen binged the Clone Wars and Rebels to prepare for his return as Darth Vader. Wow, now that's awesome. Do you know that Hayden's one of the biggest Star Wars fans? And anyone who had anything horrible to say about my boy Hayden, we're not mates. We're not mates. Brilliant. Good stuff. Right. I can't see your message here. In season 7, that art was very solid. Trilogy, Bat Super. Got to see what Wonder Woman 3 is first. I don't want to see what her films. I just don't want her to do it. Android 118XX. Don't want Patty to go nowhere near Superman. How could you even think of that, lol? Ronnie Dodge. Sir Alex wanted Poch at United. I wonder how he feels about Ten Hag coming. Well, there's some contradictory things being said. Apparently, he did want the Ajax manager. I don't know. Ben Pottimeyer, Godspeed Arc was not good, lol. My opinion, I agree. Bat Super Trilogy, absolutely, it could turn out good. I will give it a chance. I won't. Hisham Kishi Trilogy, her own father comes onto her man. That's disgusting. Of course, he doesn't know he's her father until the very end. Oh, yeah. Trilogy, Hisham, he doesn't know Falcone is a big crime boss. That doesn't let anything get in his way. Selena is just a roadblock. Reno Jack, Superman is top shelf hero who deserves a top shelf filmmaker, which isn't Patty Jenkins. Can we at least agree on that, right? And if you agree on that, smash the like button. So Reno Jack, cool. That was good. I respect that. It's good we can talk about Manchester United on here and it's not overly American. So, because I used to think all my subscribers were American. So when I used to talk about United, I used to think no one would want to talk about United. Because I'm a United fan, of course. So it's great. So sometimes I can do United videos. Trilogy, Reno, I agree a bit. But Batman is above him for now until they put more respect on him. Well, it depends what you love, doesn't it? If you're a Superman fan, you're never going to put Batman above him. If you're a Batman fan, you're never going to put Batman above Superman. That's the way it works, Trilogy. Reno, Scott Edwards, will Selena fully be Catwoman in the sequel? I'm not sure about that. Henrik, have you checked where your subs are from, Mickey? Would be interesting. Let me know in the comments. Ronnie Dodge, okay, I agree. No Patty Jenkins. I was only saying if she had the right people, fair enough. Yeah, but then if she needs the right people all around her, then what's the point of her? Android 180XX. Didn't Tim Burton want to direct the Superman movie? So would have loved to see how it could have turned out. Yes. Superman Lives. Would have been amazing. Trilogy Scott. She's basically already Catwoman. In the comics, they always call her Selena, never Catwoman. Her character arc is basically done for now. She'll be back and play a big role in the movie, in the next movie, as she should. She's not done. Henrik, Android 118XX. Hello, real Android. Android 118XX. Henrik Lowell. Henrik Jack. Like we said before, Mick, Peter Jackson directed Superman would make me jump for joy. Yes, would be amazing. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Oh my God. Come on, Pete. Phil Jones starts for Manchester United against Liverpool. Oh. I actually like Phil Jones. I think the only problem with Phil, he's had a lot of injury problems, not his fault. Hisham Kishi, Mick, what's one thing you noticed in your second viewing for the Batman that you didn't notice the first time? The beginning of the film, when the Riddler, I think it's the Riddler looking through the window opposite the road, and you can see a man being stabbed by a sword, but it's actually his kid playing with him. I didn't realise that at first. And he stands back up and cuddles the kid. It's so weird. Trilogy, Meg, I was referring to her becoming Catwoman, of course. Her and Batman will have something going on. Android 180 doublets. Peter Jackson, wow, never would have thought of that. Harry Selick, what's the news on Wonder Woman? Oh, you know what the big news was? Exactly what they've been telling us for the past year, that they're still working on the script. Beard. John, so when do you think the 14th Doctor will be announced? John, he may not be announced right now or even before the finale episode, because we may not see. This could be different because we may be going multiverse here. So we may not see the next Doctor in the finale. So they may not actually have to announce it. Ben Pottimer, I've been a Superman fan all my life, as I have, and I watched BVS and Ben's Batman almost took that spot long. Love that version of Batman. Trill J, everyone in the chat, like this video. Thank you, Trill J. Ashley me. Will Ronaldo still play knowing latest news? No, it's official. Ashley me. Understandably, Cristiano Ronaldo will be with his family tonight and not playing for Manchester United. But super, if I had to pick a director for Superman, it would be Sam Raimi. Would be funny if he cast J.K. Simmons as Perry White. Please, please. Android 108 XX. For something big will happen from Discovery on the 18th. Hopefully. Ronnie Dodge, United need a new centre-back and midfielder and right-winger in the summer. Maybe some players from Ajax. You never know. Scott Edwards, which crossover is better than Armageddon on Crisis on Earth X? Which crossover is better? Crisis on Earth X, I think. Trilogy, a script can be written in a few months. What's Patty really up to? I hope they give for a bigger budget because, man, 84 got on my nerves, making Dinah weak like that. Scott Edwards, I want to see Melissa as Supergirl again so bad. Hisham Kishi, yeah, I thought the kid play fighting with his dad was Bruce Wayne. I think that scene paid homage to the Batman 89. Maybe. Trilogy, brah. Then the scene of her flying in 84, then she does the Superman pose. Man, no, ooh, I agree. Ronnie Dodge, Cristiano is not playing, but the fans will clap for the 7th minute in the game. Yes, right, and wear black armbands in support for him and Georgina. Yeah, very good. And the Liverpool fans are great like that, by the way, as well. Such respectful fans when it comes down to it. So I respect you, Scousers, for that. I still hate you, but I respect you for that. Ashley, me, Raimi or Spielberg for Superman? I could live with that. Ben Pottimeyer, favourite line, I bet your parent taught you that you mean something, that you were sent here for a reason. My parents taught me a different lesson, dying in the gutter for no reason at all. Scott Edwards, worst DCEU movie, Birds of Prey, because it hates men. John, was Perry White in Superman Returns? He was, yes. But nothing like the one in Superman in the original Reeve ones. And he's supposed to be the Reeve version. But I forgot his name, but pretty good. Trilogy, Ben, I wanted him to kill Superman after that because I was routing for Batman that first viewing of the film. Reno Jack, I dropped 2 likes, thank you, and 2 votes on the poll every time I'm in the chat. Thank you. Respect Mick, the Don, for giving us the platform. Thank you. Ronnie Dodge, I feel sorry for them, but I follow Georgina. She seems so lovely. She is. Scott Edwards, I think Wonder Woman 84 is the worst. Yeah, I don't blame you. Android 180 XX. Sorry, Mick, but I'm a Liverpool fan. It's okay. I still respect Liverpool fans for doing the applause. They're very respectful fans, although sometimes they're not. But yeah, your team is the best team in the world right now. Nothing I can do about it. We had our era. You'll have your era. And we'll be back probably in 20 years or something. It is just the way the cookie crumbles. At least in my lifetime, I've seen United win a treble. I mean, personally, I shouldn't say this as a United fan. I think you guys doing a quadruple would be amazing. I mean, I don't know if you can do it. Trilogy, Scott, nah, because it's still completed an arc. Scott Edwards, Birds of Prey at least had some cool action scenes. It doesn't complete any arc, Trilogy. actually. Wonder Woman 84 doesn't complete any arc. Hisha and Kissy, what was your favourite scene from the Batman? Any favourite lines? Also, did you notice the Batman tears up a little when he looks at Mayor's kid in the beginning of the film? I did notice that. I think my favourite scene, excuse me, I'm about to die. I think my favourite scene is when he drops off to save the people at the end. I think that's an amazing sequence. Trilj, yeah, just look at the Bengals now. It takes years for teams to build up. Android 180 XX 5-0. Wouldn't surprise me. I'd love to argue with you and have some banter with you, but I haven't got it in me. We're crap. We're no good. Maybe next season. So you enjoy it for now. You enjoy your reign of terror for now. Ben Pottermore Trill loved Superman, and after seeing Ben's version taking on God and defeating him, and the dialogue they have, they've changed my tune and perception of Batman. Lol. Android 118 XX. I will need Mick. I will indeed. Hashling, mate, do you consider a rivalry between Liverpool and City lately? No, it's not. It's a non-rivalry. It's nothing like United and Arsenal. It's nothing like United and Liverpool. Basically, Manchester City are paper champions. Reno Jack, have you seen the fan-made photo of a Pattinson bat suit with the gold bat and emblem? I need this to be real. It's straight out of the Arkham games and looks insane. No, I haven't seen that. Ronnie Dodge, Ten Hag was the assistant to Pep, so can't wait to see what he can do. Manchester is going bold. It certainly is. Fingers crossed. Trill J, Ben, yeah, but that means Superman weak to me. Superman is supposed to handle Batman in a split second, not if he's got kryptonite. John, so it doesn't make him seem weak. John, the actor who played Perry White in Superman Returns, also played Skeletor in Masters of the Universe movie. Apparently, he's been done for harassment. Android 118 XX. Would you want Patty to direct a Supergirl movie? No. I don't want her to direct anything in DC at all. That's right, yes, he did a great job with Skeletor in Masters of the Universe. Reno Jack, Batman with prep time can take out anybody because he is the most intellectual hero. This has been proven several times in the comic. Children, Android, hell no. Do you know the amount of slander you as a man would get if she does a Superman movie? Ashling, me, nah. La Patty rest. She needs some time alone. Trill J, Supergirl, Leroy Com too. If Patty Jenkins gets her way, Wonder Woman 3 will be another failure. Android 118 XX. Do you think it was a good idea from Zack to kill off Jimmy Olsen in BVS? No. And we should have had a younger teenage Jimmy Olsen from Man of Steel, but he swapped him with Jenny. So yes, Zack Snyder is woke. He actually is. Leroy Kong 2, we need more Zack Snyder. Ronnie Dodge, oh God, I'm going to be nice, I think. Oh, yeah? Bat Superman is a toxic male. He should check his male krypton Kryptonian privilege and give up his powers. Ben Pottimeyer, I understand that Trill, but Superman's weakness is his love for humanity. He said, if I wanted it, you'd be dead already. That not what he wanted. The kryptonite comes and it's over. Trill J, she would literally make Supergirl blend the men. Don't even get me started if Wonder Woman does a cameo in that movie. John, I think the Masters of the Universe movie was the first movie to have a post-credit scene. Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah, eat shit, Fag. Bat Super, I'm just kidding. Leroy Kong 2, Bruce Timm should be president of DC Films, I agree. Android 118 XX, is Wonder Woman ever going to be in the Flash movie? If we get a Flash movie, yes, she's in it. Reno Jack, very nice little DC chat we've got going on right now, friends. We certainly have. It's pretty cool. Ashley me, I heard that Sasha won't be playing as Supergirl after the Flash, if it still exists. Who told you that then, Ashley me? Ronnie Josh, the only thing I hated in Zack Snyder's Justice League is Wonder Woman is supposed to go toe-to-toe with Clark, but she doesn't. Yeah, she goes, don't make me do this, and he beats the shit out of her. Leroy Kong 2, DC Studios, sorry. So what do we think of Hayden Christensen studying and binging Clone Wars and Rebels to get ready for his Obi-Wan role? Trill J, Ben's Superman love for him is the reason he would have put Bruce in bars. The moment in the Batmobile, he's not going to let a vigilante run around. That's what Zack didn't get about Superman. Interesting point. Zack gets Superman, but he was trying to make him into something else. That's the issue as well, isn't it? Ronnie Dodge, I'm glad that Hayden is back. It's the biggest screw you to toxic Star fans. Yeah, definitely. Star Wars fans. Yeah, the treatment of him, Jake Lloyd, George Lucas, Android 118 XX, Ronnie Dodge, George Miller would have done Wonder Woman justice in that fight. But oh well, at least she gave a good headbutt. Ronnie Dodge, Star Wars fans. Leroy Kong 2, Zack Snyder got Superman right. Trilogy, so I guess no more Star Wars movies, just series. This could actually work for the Snyderverse. Take notes, David. No, I don't agree. Star Wars created the blockbuster movie. It's absolutely disgusting, but Taika Waititi is doing a Star Wars film for sure. Red Jack, I never understood why so much hate was piled on to Hayden. Any thoughts, Mick? They said that he couldn't act. It was ridiculous. These people are nuts. They're nuts. I think he played his role very well for a very, very inexperienced actor as well. I don't get it. So it was fandom was toxic way before Twitter. Bad Super Wonder Woman was perfect under Snyder. No silly feminist jokes on making the men look like bumbling fools. She's equal to Superman and Batman, and they are equal to her. Exactly. Well said, Bad Super. Harris Selick. I don't think Superman should be some metaphor for Jesus or God figure. He's a nerdy kid from Kansas who just wants to do good. Yeah, I agree, Harris. Unfortunately, the past couple of directors, Bryan Singer included, and Snyder, have tried to make him be like that, haven't they? Yeah. It is true. That's why the Christopher Reeve never tried to be a godlike character. Oh, yeah. Oh. Reno Jack, I always just assumed basement dwellers hated on Hayden because he's a good looking guy. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what makes people think the way they do? Bro, Ben Pottimeyer, bro, it's Superman. If Wonder Woman is so powerful, why do they bring back Superman to defeat Steppenwolf if she can just do it? It's a good point, but maybe Snyder didn't make her powerful enough. Ronnie Dodge, well, here's my argument. Zack showed that a warrior side of Diana, and Patty showed the human side of her. I think the first movie is the perfect balance. Absolutely. And it hasn't gone right since then, although she was great in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Trill J, so here's how I feel about Superman. If you do him comic accurate all the way, or leave him as a high relic for now until you can figure what works in today's age. Common sense works. Common sense. He's not that difficult to get right if you've got a brain. Android 118XX, are you a fan of Batman, the Brave and the Bold series? I am. I love it. I think it's amazing. It would be cool to see Plastic Man in live action for sure. Yes, Android 118XX. I love that animated series. It's my favourite Batman animated series. I think it's amazing. I like the way they do the little stories, the little opening teasers. It was so good. Bat Super, I think for Superman film to do well with mainstream audiences, it has to be somewhere in between 1978 Superman and Man of Steel. There is a balance somewhere in there. I've always said the same thing, actually, Bat Super. That's a good point. Ray Dodge, apparently the new Superman script is an opportunity for Henry to come back if he wanted to. Yes, I'm not sure how true that is. I think he put that in there, Tanashi Coates, because he's desperate not to get the pitch rejected. Android 118XX, it would be cool to see HBO Max Batman series inspired by Brave and the Bold. I couldn't agree more. That would be awesome. Ben Pottimeyer, yeah, I get it, but has Wonder Woman ever in any iteration been more powerful than Superman? It's Superman low, I'm not sure. Android 118XX, it would be cool to see HBO Max Batman. I've read that trilogy. Bat Super, I think if you want to do it, you pay Matt Reeves double and beg him to toggle Batman and Superman Jones. Right, guys, we're going to wrap things up in a minute. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, balance between Superman the movie and Man of Steel. I want to my Superman. Yes, it would be awesome. That's what you need to do. Reno Jack, whether you prefer Batman or Superman, you have to admit that both benefit from a good film portrayal or the other. Yes, everyone benefits from a good film portrayal, don't they, Reno Jack? For sure. Ronnie Dodge, I would have been interested in the proposed Amazon's HBO Max show. Yes, it was supposed to be a movie. What happened with that then? Trilogy, if you can't get Matt Reeves, then your only choice is Snyder. You tell Snyder to do Man of Tomorrow, that you won't interfere, but tell him you need a hero like the film that will grind DC together. Maybe. You could be onto something there, Trilogy. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends And your wives, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. The final time for my poll: should Matt Reeves be the president of DC Studios? Yes, 54%. No, 46%. Matt Reeves wins. Reno Jack, a bit off topic, but wanted to ask you, Mick. I watched the Andy and Jim documentary recently. What are your thoughts on how Jim acted on the set of Man on the Moon? I don't know, because I don't know anything about it. Ronnie Dodge, I would let Zach do another Superman, but don't do your own thing. Ronnie Dodge, see you later, mate. Yes, I'm sure you'll be off to be watching Manchester United shortly, as I will be. I will be on MUTV, keeping up to date with things, and we'll see how we get on tonight. We're clearly going to get thrashed, but I enjoyed talking about DC and movies with you again. Thank you for coming in. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for voting on the poll. Thanks for the support as ever. And until we see each other again, goodbye. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ronnie George, I will stomach the game, lol. Yes, it's going to be depressing, Ronnie, but next season. It's all about next season now. Trill J, let's pray we have a good rest of day. Love you all. Good luck to you, Trill J. Thank you. Reno Jack, oh man, you have to check out Jim and Andy documentary ASAP, please. He treated the rest of the cast all terribly in the name of method acting. Yeah, these are method actors are the worst. But a documentary I really want to check out on Amazon is Charlie Chaplin. Him and Buster Keaton literally invented the movie. The way, geniuses. So anyway, Creation K, greetings, Mick and all. I'm afraid, Creation K, I'm about to finish off. I've been here for 90 minutes, I'm afraid. Be my guest and rewatch the video, though, and thank you for coming in and making an effort. So thank you very much. So, until we see each other again, goodbye. Au revoir, Auf Wiedersehen. Reno Jack, have a great one, Mick. Thanks again. Thank you, Reno Jack. Thank you, everyone. It's been a long goodbye, but I must go so I can chill out, rest this voice, so I can be back with you guys tomorrow. So, see you tomorrow then. Bye-bye.